Hey guys, Chris here. Today we're doing a short test on the facelifted Polestar 2 long range dual motor performance. I only have this car for about an hour more. We're charging up after I did a range test. So if you haven't seen my range test, that will be linked in the description box down below. You got to see that because I'm super impressed by this range, especially this being the performance version. So again, link in the description box down below. But in this video, I only have about an hour to test drive this on the Autobahn, check it out, going VMAX, how it is to drive, what the performance is like, because this is, the newest version with 476 horsepower, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 4.2 seconds. I've been driving a Mercedes EQE SUV 43 AMG from Norway down here to Munich in Germany, where I am for the International Auto Show the past few days, and this has the same power, but this is lighter, and it is more sporty being the performance version. So I can't wait to take this out on the Autobahn and give you guys my driving impressions and just, my quick first review driving it is back to Polestar space in Munich, where I borrowed this car from, and give you guys also the city driving experience. So before I hop in the car, I'm just gonna give you guys a quick tour of the exterior. For this facelift, there aren't too many cosmetic updates to the Polestar 2. Most of it has to do with the drivetrain, the battery, charging, and efficiency, as I experienced in my range test. So again, check that video out. But when it comes to the exterior updates, we do have a new front grille that is more in line with the rest of the Polestar family now. It looks like the grille we do have on that Polestar 3. And is it an improvement? Is it, not an improvement? I'll let you guys be the judge. After, having driven this car for a few hours today and looking at it, I do think it's not bad. It's not bad. It's nice to see the difference, with the pre and post facelift, but I do think the old grille was better. But the biggest improvement we now have are with these new performance wheels, because I'm going to be honest, I didn't like the design of the old performance wheels. I preferred the standard wheels and also the optional 20-inch wheels. But I have to say that these 20-inch wheels, they look awesome. I mean, every time I look at them, they're like nicer and nicer, and yeah, really, really nice. So for the rear, no update, still same old. Also, this color is called Midnight. This is the color, well, that's been here for a long time now. And we have updated badging, so you can see 82 kilowatts of gross capacity, 350 kilowatts. That is the power output, 476 horsepower. When it comes to the interior, also no changes to the interior, all under the skin, and a few cosmetic changes. The last time I drove a Polestar 2 to the south of Germany or further south in Europe was 2 years ago with a long-range dual motor, 408 horsepower, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 4.7 seconds. This car though, half a second quicker and almost 70 horsepower more. I remember that car feeling fast, so I'm excited to hit the throttle here. We're now on a de-restricted section of the Autobahn, but we have a little bit of traffic in front of us. And my reference point is the Mercedes EQE SUV 43 AMG. I've been driving down to Germany, so I've been driving that for the past 3-4 days and done more than 2,000 kilometers, most of that on the Autobahn. So let's see if this guy moves out of the way, doing 160 and mashing the throttle. Yeah, this thing picks up pace quickly. 205, 208, 209, and 210 indicated on the speedometer, and this car just feels super stable, super planted. The steering wheel is really nice and thin, nice control. There's a little bit of dead around center, which means you can move the steering wheel without the car darting like you would in a Tesla. So that, that Tesla steering, which is really darty at low speeds, going on the Autobahn, it's not. So let's see if we go from a dig here. We're at 76% stated charge, 150 kilometers an hour, and pull. Yeah, it took a second there, but once it gets going, it does get going. Does it feel faster than that EQE SUV 43 AMG I've been driving for the past few days? I don't know. At lower speeds, most definitely, like from 0 to 100, it's about 0.3 seconds quicker, but it feels much quicker. But once you're at the top end, like above 180, I don't know. Oh, now it's picking up a little bit momentum. Okay, maybe it just needed a little bit of encouragement. Interesting. So maybe starting from a higher speed, it's not able to discharge the battery as quickly. But going from like 140, now it picks up. Like it takes a second, and then you feel like you have, yeah, much more power. So now we're in 120 zone, and we can't go VMAX anymore. Blink over to the right lane and just cruise at 120 kilometers an hour. Back in Munich now, on our way downtown, and I have to say that, you know, Autobahn run, really fun. This car is really good to drive on the Autobahn. Very stable and feels sporty. I do like the steering, I like the seats, the driving position, throttle calibration, like everything about this car, the way it handles and drives at high speeds, superb. This being, you know, the performance version. I haven't actually driven, you know, the performance version at these speeds, only the long-range dual motor. And on the motorway, on the Autobahn at high speeds, I probably prefer this setup. But here in the city, I just think this is too stiff. I've talked about it so many times before. It's too stiff, this suspension. It should be, you know, adaptive. It should be calibrated softer. It should be, you know, electronically adjustable, not this, you know, mechanical BS. You have to go and you do physical, adjustments, because, you know, this car set to medium. It has a softer setting, and I'm pretty sure it would be better. It's not worse on the Autobahn, because the real thing about, you know, the way this drives is the performance and the brakes. These Brembo brakes, amazing. From 210 kilometers an hour, braking down to 100, it stops the car really, really quickly. So, you know, I could go without the suspension, but the brakes and the performance, yeah, I really do like that. Because the penalty is here in the city. So some of the streets here in Munich, nice asphalt, like right here, but there, like here, but right over there we cross some tram tracks. And I don't think, you know, there should be that much movement in the camera as you guys saw crossing those tram tracks, because it looks pretty smooth. But hopping out of that Mercedes EQE 43 AMG 43 SUV, EQE SUV 43 AMG, my God, that name is such a mouthful. Under suspension, 22-inch wheels in Sport Plus mode, is so much more comfortable than this car. And sure, there should be a difference, but that car has so much more range and is still as stable, maybe not as stable at high speeds on the Autobahn. This has better steering, in my opinion, but I think body control is pretty well done in the Mercedes. Better done here, but it doesn't have to be this stiff. It's not a track car, this. I made it back here to Polestar Space in downtown Munich with about 20 minutes to spare. So I was able to shoot 2 videos in just 4 hours. Not bad considering the bad Munich traffic. It wasn't bad going into Munich, it's just bad going out. I don't know what it is. So I'm really impressed by this new update. I can't wait to test the other versions at home in Norway. And the most impressive, you know, besides the performance, the car is pretty much the same to drive, but it's under the skin which the big improvements and changes are, and that is range and efficiency. And I was extremely impressed by the, you know, improved efficiency with this car being the performance version. So check that video out in the description box down below to see how much range I was able to get on the motorway with this new Polestar 2. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below. And for more car content, as always, please subscribe. See you guys later and goodbye.